YouTube, hi, how you going? It's Iski here. It's pretty late. It's exactly 11 p.m. on a Wednesday night. And I was about to go to bed. Well, actually, I probably won't go to bed for a couple of hours. But before I do go to bed, it's my mum's birthday in a couple of days. And I want to print her something nice. And I thought I'd probably print it the day before. But I just brought this thing that I want to print in, and it's going to take 33 hours, so I think it's probably best that I get this thing, off and running now before I go to bed. And this is what I've decided to print her. It's a dragon vase. I don't know if you can see the detail of that. It's like a cup, but it's a vase. There's, a really nice dragon image and all of this detail in this vase. And I actually remember when I saw this for the first time in the Creality forums on Facebook. Oh, just loved it. Everyone loved it, and there was all these people printing it, and it looked amazing, and it looked incredible done in all these beautiful filaments that you can get these days, especially the silk ones. Speaking of which, I got some copper silk filament today. The first copper that I've ever got. Actually, the first silk filament that I ever got. And I was incredibly happy. I mean, I opened this thing up and it looked exactly like copper. So I'm pretty excited to see how that's going to print. So I was thinking, why don't I, print my first print using that? We'll do that. We'll do this this vase in that copper. I reckon that'll look amazing. And I know it's going to look amazing because I'll show you in a moment. Somebody's already done it. But just before I switch to their, version of it, I'll just show you. If you have a look here, it's got these really steep overhangs on this side and down the bottom as well. And to basically get that done, you'd have to do supports. And a lot of people were asking the question, can you please, redo this with some support so that this is actually more of angled up rather than just a ledge coming out, so we don't need supports. And he pretty much ignored their comments, so they took it into their own hands. And there's a couple of remixes out there, at least one, and this one guy just did it himself, thank goodness. And I'll show you his. What's that? Silk copper filament. That's his version, and it looks amazing. And you can actually see just here, it's actually going up on an angle, so we don't need support. So that's going to be amazing. This guy actually, whoever's done this, he did it in 0.12 of a millimeter layer heights. So that's what I'm going to do as well. Oh look, he's even done it on a CR10S Pro. Oh, that's good, considering that's what I've got. But excellent. So I've actually taken this into simplified. Let's have a look. There we go. I've already got to this stage where we're about to save the G-code to the SD card, but look at that, 33 hours, 37 minutes, going to take a while, so I think I got to start tonight. But if you have a look here, you can see that that's nicely angled up there instead of coming directly out, so no supports required. So I'm hoping this is going to print out okay. I've got an all new metal hot end from Micro Swiss on my printer at the moment, and it's been giving me it's been playing up a bit. So I think it might be sorted. I've just rattled off another print just to have a look, but I will see. If this is looking crap, after the first few centimeters, I'll kind of can it and try and work something else out. But I think it'll be okay. But anyway, I'm going to pick you up and I'm going to take you outside and let's start this print off. Okay, so I've got my movie in the background, which I'll probably go and start watching any minute now. I'm just going to start this dragon print off. And yeah, so I just did a really simple print of something and it looked like it came out okay. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty tiny, this thing that I just printed, but it looks okay. My vase is a lot different to that though, so we'll see how we go. But I like the colour, I like the filament, I think that looks pretty decent. Interesting to see the 0.12 layer heights. I haven't done too many prints like that. But yeah, while we're waiting for that to warm up, I'll show you how I spend watching movies. Let me just turn around. You can see my home cinema through, see the big opening in my wall. If we walk closer, we get to my home cinema. That's a 150-inch screen over there. It's my small screen, believe it or not. My big one is 180. In fact, if I say, hey Google, turn on the cinema lights. This is just, I'm only just starting to build this cinema, so that's why it looks terrible. But as you can see, I am starting to build it. So at night I come in here and I just relax in front of my big screen. Hey Google, turn off the cinema lights. Cool, eh? I definitely have to, you know, patch up that big hole in the wall there. But to be honest, I actually quite like it. I'm used to it now. I love working on my table here. Doing a couple of 3D prints over there, working on my table, and just looking to my side and seeing this massive cinema in the wall. It's awesome. Okay, so come on. Is this, where are we at? We're heating. How come it's not actually getting hot? Alright, we're off and racing. Well, it started, and it's the first layer. It definitely, it kind of looks like it's, you know, thinner than a 0.2 of a millimeter layer height. It does look like it's a lot flatter, that first line. So hopefully that's a good sign. But that's going to be a lot larger than what I thought it was going to be. But oh well. Should be good. For some reason I thought it was going to be about the same size of a like a Coke can or something like that. But as long as it prints okay, then I'm fine with that. But we'll check back periodically and see how it looks every now and then. Alright, let's go and watch this movie. Might go and turn the lights off, I think. Morning guys, how you going? I'm back. I thought I've just got out of bed. It's about 8 in the morning. This print's been going since I think midnight last night. Well, I didn't just get out of bed. I got out of bed about 7:30 or so. But I thought I'd show you. We have for company, what's this? We got Hunt for the Wilder People on my 150-inch screen. In fact, last night I fell asleep in front of whatever movie I was watching last night. Was it Soul? Honestly, I can't remember. I was just so flaked out, and apologies if I seemed really dopey. I was pretty tired when I made that first part of this video. But anyway, let's have a look. Let's check this out. How good does that look? It is really coming along nicely, don't you think? Like, I am super happy with how that's looking. I mean, that looks like copper to me. I've been trying to look for flaws, and there's only one flaw. I don't know if you can see it if we wait for the bed to come back to us. If you have a look at the base, right at the back here, you can see kind of this line. Can you see that line there? I don't know what's caused that, but it doesn't matter because that's inside the vase. You'll never see it. But I've looked around the rest of this thing and it looks super clean. I'm really happy. Yeah. There's a couple of tiny little spots. I actually think that might be the Z hop. So I thought I'd give you a quick look. Where are we at? It's only at 7%. It's been going for 9 hours and 10 minutes. So it is going to be good. So I'm really happy. Oh, look, check this out. This bit here, this is part of the dragon, I guess, starting up. So that's the part I've been looking forward to. I think Mum's going to love it. She's going to love it. And I think as soon as I've printed hers, I'll probably start printing one for myself. In fact, I'm going to probably tonight I will go and reorder some more copper filament. There's actually, the reason I really want this copper filament is because I want to print these lampshades that I want to put on my super deck later. I finally found some lights that I really wanted for my deck, but they're going to be like $600 each just for these shades. That's delivered and everything. So I think they're about $550, but with delivery, it's just nuts. $600 for their copper though. And I thought, man, that would be pretty easy to take into Fusion 360. Well, I don't even know how to use Fusion 360, but I was thinking once I teach myself, that's the first thing I will, print. I'll actually design that up and maybe print out 3 or 4 of those. And I'm hoping that we can put like the beaten metal finish that you get in copper and other metals, brass. I'm hoping that you can actually do that in Fusion 360. I mean, I don't know why you couldn't. You can get some incredible detail in these prints. So yeah, that's my plan. I'm actually going to order another 2 or 3 rolls of this stuff and just print myself out some, my own lamps. I think they'll look amazing, and it's just going to be a fraction of the price. I love having a 3D printer. Anyway, I have to go and make a video of me getting up on my roof and having a look for some black ants that might be eating some insulation out of my ceiling. So it's going to be fun. It's summer as well here in Australia, so that's going to suck. But we'll come back in a little while and see how this thing's looking. Alright, update time. Where are we at? Look at this. How good is that? Oh man, I love it. It looks so cool. Honestly, this is turning out so much better than I thought it was going to turn out. And pretty much exactly like, exactly how I'd hoped it would turn out. I think my mum's going to love it. In fact, this just looks so much like copper. It looks so good. It feels so nice and silky, and the detail in this dragon here, it's just awesome. Like, it really gives you like a second, a second kind of boost to want to get into 3D printing and keep going and print some better stuff. This is cool. Seriously, the coolest thing that I've printed for probably, well, since my printer broke down for almost a year. Yeah, it's really kind of stoking those flames. So I just want to, do this one. I'll probably print another one for myself because this is for Mum. But I'll tell you, there's a couple of there's just one thing that I'm not sure that's kind of a little bit iffy about the print, and well, the print head's back there. Can you see at the back, on the sides, on the inside? See all those zitty things in there? They're tiny little lumps, like little zits, and they're all over the shop. I do see this come up a lot in the Creality forums on Facebook, and a lot of people just say it's your Z-hop seam, so that's what I thought it might have been at first. And I know that Cura and Simplify 3D have like
you know, a command where it will actually scatter the Z hop, so it's not in a straight line, so it's not like this one seam that goes up and down. It kind of staggers them around. But just me looking at that, that looks like there's just way too many there to be one for each layer, if you know what I mean. So I'm not sure what it is. They're very lumpy on the inside, like you can feel them. And yeah, but I don't know. But on the outside, it's, I mean, you can see a few of those little zitty things there, but they seem to be a lot less. Well, for a start, they're smooth. This entire thing is smooth where there's zits on here, but you can hardly see them. It's like, then yeah, I couldn't care less about the outside. It looks amazing. On the inside, I couldn't care less because it's on the inside, right? And so. But I just like to know what that is. I really would like to know. Hopefully it is the Z hop, the Z hop, whatever, however it's pronounced. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with this. In fact, like I said, I think I'm going to print another one for me. Because to be honest, every time I print something really cool, I give it away. It just sucks. So I want something so when people come over and want to see what it's capable of doing, I can pull that out and show them, you know. These days I have to actually show them pictures of stuff that I've printed because I've always given them away as presents. But there you go, guys. I thought I'd give you a quick update here. I'm pretty happy. And I guess, oh, well, that's the other thing. Hang on a second. Look at this. Oh, look at the screen. It says 20 hours, 36%. Now, this is supposed to be, how long is this supposed to take to print? 33 hours this is supposed to take to print. We're at 20 hours now, and it says 36%. So I don't know, depending on which is right. If it says, if the percentage is right, I can't see this being done by tomorrow in time for my mum's birthday. But if you know the time stands true and it does finish at say 33 hours, I reckon 13 hours, this will be perfect. Like this will be ready by the time I wake up. This should be finished. But yeah, I don't know. If we're going by 36%, it's saying that this isn't even halfway printed. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's one of those things. I know Cura is always correct, but I sliced this on Simplified 3D, so I don't know. I can't remember. I've used them quite a few times, but I've never really taken much notice of how accurate their approximation completion times are, you know. But well, I guess we're going to find out. So that's this update. I'll come back for maybe one more before the, you know, the grand reveal. But I thought I'd show you this. It just looks great. Before I go, I'll just see if I can show you some detail on that the dragon. Can you see the scales? The scales are just amazing. Just so cool. Really good. So yeah, I'll come back and we'll do another update. But for now, what should we do? Let's go and see what movie's playing. What do we got there? We have a bit of Greenland with Gerard Butler. Love this guy. He's awesome. So I might turn these lights off in my showroom here, go down in the cinema, and maybe park it for a while and get comfy. It's a bit hot outside, so we got the air conditioning, so it's quite nice in here. All right, I'll see you in a bit. It's the next day. We are at the next day. And do you think it's finished? Well, let's find out. First of all, what are we watching at Ant's Super Cinema? Here we go. I just saw an interview with this girl on YouTube just earlier, and I thought, I've got to put this back on. This is Terminator Dark Fate, and this girl was kind of describing what it was like to basically fight naked in, you know, the first scene of this movie. And here comes Sarah to bloody save the day. She's awesome. Kicks ass. And here we go. Yeah, but anyway, this girl was just describing what it was like, and I thought, yeah, I've got to watch that again. So that's why we have this keeping us company. But let's just see her bazooka the hell out of this dude. Whoa. Well done. Okay, let's have a look at this print. It's still going. it's midday the next day and it's still going. So we are at 36 hours and 10 minutes and it's 74%. So it's still going. I reckon it's probably got another, what do you think, an hour? I reckon an hour and it'll be done. I talked to my mum. She's actually going out for coffee with my dad. So it gives me a little time. I said I'll pop round later on this afternoon. So, whew, cool, that's a good thing. So at least I got something to give her. And she really does love these things. And my dad finds them quite fascinating as well, which is kind of cool because he's not the most creative person ever. But yeah, he seems to really like these 3D prints. So that's a cool thing. But there you go. I guess the next time we see each other, we will be trying to pull this sucker off. Oh, that's the other thing. I actually, I woke up earlier today and I saw this post in the Creality forums on the Facebook forums page. And some guy said, what are you currently, printing on your printer? And there was all these people putting these amazing prints. And I thought to myself, for the first time, I can actually contribute to something like this. So I ran out, quickly took a photo. I think it was up to it had just passed the dragon, about up to there. So I quickly took a photo and posted it. And the amount of people that loved it, oh, it was so cool. Getting people sending me photos of their copper prints. And this guy actually sent me a photo of this skull that he did, and it was super cool. It had all this like industrial embossing on the skull itself, and man, he printed it in this stuff. And I think I might actually do that one as well because it's a Thingiverse print. So I was super impressed with the amount of people who loved this and just the community in general. It's awesome. I love it. But anyway, I guess I'll just leave this part here and I'll be back in a little bit and we will try to get this off the bed. Hey, we just finished. It literally just finished probably about 5 seconds ago. I was trying to get my camera ready, but I wasn't fast enough. So the bed's still hot. So what I thought I might do is see if I can actually pull this off while it's still hot with one hand or two hands. And if that won't work, we might have to resort to other means. I'm actually thinking about perhaps trying the freezer. So that's actually pretty difficult. I don't want to put a scraper underneath there. It's just going to wreck the finish, well, just one part of it, but listen. So that's, man. So what I am going to do just for now is keep this bed warm. Let's just go to bed temperature. Oops, 500, no, let's just go to 50. If we can go back, are we going to be, is it going to let us go back? No, it's not letting us go back. How come? Anyway, actually what I might do is, let's go and throw this in the freezer. I want to try this. I just really want to try this. So I've taken those clips off. Let's just grab this. Take that off like that. Let's take it up to the freezer. I'd really like to see if this works. I've got all this stuff in my freezer as well. God, I didn't really plan this right, did I? Okay. Okay, so there's my fridge. I got this fridge from the dump. Have a look at you. Okay. I really shouldn't show people what I got in here. Let's just stick it. Let's move this chicken. Some Magnums. Ice creams, I should say. Magnum ice creams. I know what they are in the States, don't you worry. Alright, we have some space. Oh, shivers. Is that going to fit in there? It might fit. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, I'm just going to close this and see if this does it. Oh, it's not going to close. Are you serious? Is it going to close now? There we go. What do you think? Do you think this is going to work? I've heard people putting these things in the fridge, in the freezer all the time, and they're just supposed to pop off. But I think the bed's supposed to be still hot, and the change in temperature, or there's some kind of expansion and it helps it come off. So let's see if this works. If it doesn't, we'll get it off, don't worry. But yeah, it's quite a big, large surface area to be stuck down. So let's see if this works. I'll give that, say, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and we'll come back. Okay, so let's go and have a look. I don't think it's actually been even 10 minutes yet. I was just downstairs here, and I heard something, and it sounded like something fell, and I'm wondering, could that be the print detaching from the base and maybe falling? Is that too much to hope for? What do you think? Let's just have a look. If it is, if it isn't off, we'll just close the door and just see if we'll just close the door and just give it another few minutes. But let's have a look. No, it's still attached. It must have been something else. Actually, this is freezing. I don't think it's going to get much colder than that. Let's just pull that out. It's still attached. It didn't fall off like I hear a lot of people saying on these sites. So you can actually see, not steam, frost coming out of the top of that. So I'm just going to kind of put that there and put my feet here and just see if I can. Oh, come on. Oh, don't tell me I have to bring this hammer out again. Oh, come on. All right, listen. I'm going to try one more thing. I am going to take this back downstairs. I'm going to stick it back on the bed, see if we can get it hot, and see if it, just the change in that temperature does the job. Sorry you have to look at all my untidiness around the place. What are we up to? Is this even... Yeah, so it's actually quite cold now. So I am just going to stick that on there, just like this. Wow, the freezer really does take the shine off the copper when it's in there. That comes back. Okay, so I am just going to turn this back on. No. Okay. Temperature. Manual. Let's go bed. Let's just make that. Let's go 60. Actually, no, we'll just go 50. Alright, so let's see what that does. How's that nozzle? Right, the nozzle's nice and cold. Now, I don't know, if I can't, if this doesn't come off this way, I'm going to have to grab the hammer. Oh, I hate this. Bring on the wham bam. We got our hammer ready. Please don't dislike my video because of this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it very gently. But let's see what happens. So we're up to 46, but I'm going to leave this for another few minutes because we've got the we've got that magnetic layer between these two sheets of alloy, remember? And that's because I once had a magnetic bed. I just didn't take it off because I'm going to get this wham bam. I thought I'll just keep that magnetic layer there because that might come in handy for the wham bam. So that's what I'm going to do tonight because I am sick of this. I'm just so sick of this. I just want to pull it off, flex it, and get this print off. This is just crazy. I don't know why they don't actually make those things like a standard thing with printers. Man, you'd think that it would be actually cheaper than getting this big thick piece of alloy and, you know, the sticker that goes on there. Why don't they just give us the right thing to begin with? Anyway, stop it, Ant, stop it, Isky. Gee, it turned out nice. In fact, you know what? I don't even know if this actually completed. Check this out. If you have a look at the top there, can you see that actually looks like it hasn't actually finished? But when I came out, the print head was on the side. Why would that have been? Oh, that's weird. It's good enough. I mean, if it's going to stop anywhere, it may as well stop there. But that looks like it hasn't actually stopped. I can actually feel the infill in there. You can actually still see it if I get my shadow out of the way. That's really weird, and that's why I actually turned this printer back on before and it said continue printing, which is really strange. I mean, the filament didn't snap, the filament's still good. I don't know. That's really weird. Anyway, and yeah, there's still filament going through the sensor. I'm confused. That is really strange. Can you see what I'm saying? Just this looks like there could be at least 1 or 2 more layers to go down there. I mean, anyway, I'm not complaining, but that's just a really weird thing. Right, that should be pretty hot now. Let's have a look at this. That is hot. Let's just move you over here. Nope. Nope. See, I don't want to do it too hard because I don't want these layers to come apart. Yeah, it's really fine resolution. It's 0.12 layer height. But I think I'm going to have to take it over and put the hammer to it and the scraper. I don't want to go any further than that, guys. I know this is going to seems extreme, but listen, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to pick up my scraper. I'm going to pick up my hammer. How can I do this? I'm actually going to put these over here first. Alright. Let's see if we can get this off. Hopefully while it's still warm. Now this is where I did my my lithophane. I actually put it there so that that bed plate was hard up against that edge there. In fact, let's have a look at this. Is there actually, let's do it from this side because that looks like the back of the print, so this won't actually be showing. So if I don't care if I get a tiny little nick down the bottom, but let's see how we go. Oh, that's done it. I think that's done it. Maybe not. Oh, you're kidding. Come on. I thought that actually gave way then. Yeah, I'm actually just ruining the bottom of this vase. It's under there now. I can hear it kind of... Man, this is just not giving up. Let's just slide you along. We're under, at least we're under. That's the main thing. Oh, there we go. And look, it's actually, Oh, we've pulled up part of the sticker. Have we? I don't know. Oh no, we've actually pushed the sticker along. So there we go, we've just ruined this sticker, but it's the only way to get it off. Let's have a look at the bottom. So we got a tiny little nick there that no one will see. But having said that, we wrecked our sticker. That's what I had to do to get this print off. And I know there's a lot of people out there saying, you're an idiot, and I probably am. But I'm in a rush, guys. I have to go to Mum and Dad's. It's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's Mum's birthday. So I need to get a new sticker. Shit. Oh well, no, stuff this. I'm just going to go and order the Wham Bam. I'll get a sticker as well because it's always good to have. But anyway. All right, let's go and have a quick look at this thing. There you go, all done. Finally, 38 hours later. So that took 38 hours, and I think it is worth every minute. I mean, seriously, it's definitely the most beautiful thing I think I've ever printed. And I love it so much. I'm about to go and give it to my mum now. It's really late in the afternoon. I'm in a rush. That's why I kind of tore up a little bit of my sticker on my build plate. But I've got to go and give this to her. I'm going to come back and I am going to start printing another one. Funnily enough, I'm going to print another one. I'm going to re-slice that and reposition, you know, the model in a different section of the build plate so it doesn't go over that ugly tear that I just made. But listen, I'm not even concerned about that. I'm actually also going to come home and immediately order a Wham Bam because I'm over this whole kind of not being able to get prints off my bed. It just makes 3D printing, it's just the worst part about 3D printing, if you ask me. But yeah, there you go. I hope you like it. I love it. And I love this silk PLA. Oh man, especially copper. I'm going to be ordering another couple of rolls of that, as well as just different colours. I love the look of the purple, the gold. I'll probably get some gold. And I'm just going to be, you know, doing a lot more printing with this silk. It just prints like regular PLA. But yeah, there you go. And before I go, what do you think of this rotating device? What do you think that is? I'll tell you, it's actually my old microwave oven. It was like 20 years ago, Dad repurposed our family microwave rather than throw it out. We didn't want to dump it. And he made that for me. And I used to display one of these many, you know, half-body torsos that you see around the shop here with the corsets on them, and they used to turn slowly. And it was a really cool thing. I just had this idea of pulling that out, wiping the dust off, and yeah, I think it's awesome. But there you go, guys. I love it. I hope you love it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.